Protesters on opposing sides, both demanding to be heard. In Liverpool today, protesters draped in Union Jacks shouted for asylum seekers to be removed from this hotel. Across police lines, counter-demonstrators shouted back. On the anti-migrant side, several women said they reject the labels usually associated with these kind of protests, saying they are mothers and grandmothers with real concerns.
I don't care what their far-right slogans are. I'm just an ordinary person who is concerned about the children in our community. I'm not far-right. It's ridiculous to say such a thing.
Do you identify with the far-right? Because we can hear now shouts of, hey, Tommy, Tommy.
Do you know what? I'm 72. I'm not a racist.
But what about the people around?
I don't think they're racist. We prefer to call ourselves patriots.
On one side, the organisers say this is a peaceful protest focused on protecting women and children. But the other side, the counter-demonstrators say this is a protest organised by the far right and they're here to stop fascism.
People are turning up to try and kick people out of the housing and accommodation. You know, that is not Liverpool. We are a welcoming city.
A lot of what these guys are turning up to protest against today down there, it's all filled with misinformation and lies. I think they're being manipulated.
In Nuneaton, protesters gathered after two men were charged with the rape of a 12-year-old girl. Claims the men were Afghan asylum seekers led some to allege the authorities were hiding their immigration status.
They have done no risk assessment to the existing people in those communities. It's always the poorest communities. And if women don't stand up, right, because what annoys me is that I'll be labelled as a far-right Nazi bigot. I've been left-wing all my life, yeah? And I'm not far-right, I'm just right. And we have to protect women and girls.
Around 20 similar protests took place across the country. Although many were peaceful, some areas saw demonstrators scuffle with police, with arrests on Friday night in London and Epping after bottles were thrown at officers. Despite pockets of aggression, those organising these protests say their side now represents a wide range of voices, and they won't stop until they're heard. Katie Barnfield, Sky News in Liverpool.
There have been at least 200 arrests made at that protest in support of the proscribed terror group Palestine Action, including the former Guantanamo Bay detainee Mozam Beg. But demonstrators have said that they're simply opposing what they describe as a genocide.
They're the opposite of a terrorist group. They're trying to stop terrorism. That's what they are. They're trying to prevent civilians from being massacred.
Right, let's go back to our reporter on the ground, Doogie Beattie. Now, Doogie, in Westminster, last time we spoke to you, you said there was something of a ring of steel taking place with the TSG, the elite support group from the Met Police, and it seems also City of London Police helping out the Met there. What's the latest? This protest seems to still be going on well past its deadline.
Well, it is, Johnny, and actually if you just scan around there you can see the Metropolitan TSG, and then as you come up here you can see the City of Police, London Police, forming that very textbook line of one facing one way, one the other way, so each watches the other one's back. And what that's for is so as they can make arrests like this one here, and this is a pensioner that's being arrested, and it means that nobody can interfere with them as they bring these arrests out. So ordinary constables going in, making the arrests, and then what's happening is the TSG is making sure that nobody comes in from the sides and interferes with the arrest. But as that amount of people in the middle that are getting arrested gets smaller and smaller, we'll just get out of the road here, Charlie, because we're going to bring this arrest out. As they get smaller and smaller, the police are pushing more and more resources into that area to try and clear the area. It should have been cleared around about an hour ago. From the people of the police that I have spoke to here, officers in the police, they're telling me it could be 5:30 this evening before they actually get the green here behind us cleared. So you can see there's a lot of activity. Pensioners getting arrested, along with students in the middle. And then what you're seeing is lots of Palestinians and younger people on the outside really making it awkward for the police to sort of finalise those arrests and bring them in. So really, it is still all kicking off here, but it should be over possibly by about 5:30.
Now, Dougie, we're hearing from the Met Police that they're taking these people who've been arrested to prisoner processing points. If they've got details, then they're bailed with conditions to not come back to a protest. But those who haven't got any details are being held in custody. The Met also saying that there were 4 further arrests for assaults on police officers. Have you seen that sort of violence between these protesters and the Met and also the City of London Police in Westminster today?
Using the internet without...
have been arrested for holding placards showing support for the banned organisation Palestine Action. The largely peaceful demonstration was in protest against the banning of the group under anti-terror legislation. 4 people have been arrested for allegedly assaulting officers. Barnaby Papadopoulos reports.
Parliament Square was a sea of placards today as protesters demonstrated their support for Palestine Action. This was the response. The group is now illegal and so is showing support for it.
Hundreds of people have gathered in Parliament Square and they're holding signs that read "I support Palestine Action," but doing so has been an offence since it was prescribed. And as you can see, the police are now making a number of arrests here.
In June, the government prescribed Palestine Action as a terrorist organisation after activists broke into RAF Bryce Norton and sprayed red paint into the engines of 2 planes in an effort to disable them. Holding up a sign like this is now a criminal offence.
I was arrested for holding up a banner that these people are holding up: "I oppose genocide, I support Palestine Action." I have been charged under the Terrorism Act, Section 13.
Before the protest, the police warned that anyone showing support for Palestine Action could be detained. They said demonstrators were deliberately trying to get arrested in order to put a strain on the justice system. But with the war in Gaza set to escalate, people supporting the protesters here said they weren't deterred.
I've come from Carlisle and I'm here because I want an end to the genocide.
I have a card in my bag and I have a marker, and at any point I might get the marker out and draw the same slogan. I haven't decided yet.
The co-founder of Palestine Action is appealing the ban in November. Unless and until it's overturned, protesters like these will continue to be met with this response. But as the humanitarian crisis in Gaza deepens, and with peace talks at a standstill, it's unlikely they'll back down. Barnaby Papadopoulos, ITV News.